Sometimes you see something done that you immediately know is something that you have to do. A goal so big that you can't deny yourself its completion. Within the high Puna region of northern Argentina extends a 650-kilometer route across the Altiplano. Over mountains, through salars, past volcanos, and across rivers, this route has it all. We've been dreaming of driving it since we started our big trip, and it is the final off-road route that we will complete. This story gets intense, so buckle up and let's roam. Some roads don't simply exist on a map. They live in your mind, calling to you in your sleep, filling your thoughts at work. The Pan American Highway, a road spanning the length of North and South America, a 30,000-kilometer road trip through more than 15 countries, is that road for us. Life to us is nothing more than a collection of moments, and we want to fill our moments with adventure. So for 18 months, we'll be driving south from Tuctayacta, Canada, all the way to Ushuaia, Argentina. From the Arctic to the Andes, through deserts, jungles, and the unknown, we'll live and wander in our self-built adventure mobile, seeking stories, chasing landscapes, and redefining what it means to us to be modern-day explorers. This is our journey. About a year and a half ago, we watched as our friends Matt and Stacy took on an off-road route through northern Argentina. The road they traveled took them through vast and unforgiving landscapes, past otherworldly wonders of nature, and tested them in ways that they didn't expect. When they finished, it was clear they had done something big, something legendary. Since the first few minutes of the film they created chronicling their story, I desperately wanted to follow in their footsteps. I wanted to drive that route. So I researched it, I mapped it, and I waited. It will be the last off-road route that we'll travel on the Pan American Highway, and since our friends are no longer with us, we'll do it in memory of them. This week, we are driving the Puna route.
Need smell-o-vision?
Yeah, everybody needs smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Smells amazing.
Smells like a little bit like creosote or something. Ew! Gorgeous.
Pretty. Super.
She's gorgeous.
Who, me?
Yeah. Well, on tonight's menu, you got a little bit of a mix.
Chicken cutlets and vegetables.
Yeah. Got some delicious looking veggies and fried chicken. That looks pretty delicious. I'm ready to eat. Start. Well, hey there folks. Welcome back to Argentina. We today are at the start of the Puna route, and it is our last off-road route for this trip. Notable off-road route. We might be
on some gravel roads for
but
the rest of it, but this is the last epic mission that's causing Alex so much undue stress.
Yeah. So there is a bit of nervous energy here for me, because when we arrived in Argentina, first night we camped, we're like, oh wow, look at those massive thunderstorms and all this rain. And then we got caught in a flash flood while we were down in Salta. This has made us realize that we are here almost in the middle of rainy season. And the end of this route has a section that has something like 100 water crossings or something like that. And could be a real problem for us to drive if the water level is really high. So we don't know what to expect. We're going to go into this with eyes wide open, as cautious as we can. The first probably 4 legs of the journey, like 4 out of 5 legs of the journey, are likely to be very dry and safe for us. But getting towards the end, once we drop down into that river canyon, that's going to be the major crux for us, because if we can't drive it, then we'll have to turn around and drive out and find fuel. So there's a disclaimer that we might not be able to finish this route, which would suck, but we want to be as safe as we can be.
Yeah, we're not getting Betty stuck in any rivers.
No. So we're going to go fuel up, get as much fuel on board as we can, because it's 650 kilometers, and we just want to make sure that we have plenty of fuel left over at the end. And let's go do the last long off-road route on the Pan American Highway for us. Let's go.
Our first stop is in the small town of San Antonio de los Cobres. We need to fill all our jerry cans to the brim to ensure we can complete the long road ahead. The first section of our route takes us all the way up to 4,560 meters. From here, we'll have a very slow descent, with a spike in elevation at 4,635 meters as we make our way to the finish line in the town of Fiambala at roughly 1,500 meters.
We're at the summit.
Well, there you go, folks. We're at the start of the Puna, or the highest point anyway, which is pretty high, 4,560.
Shortly after our first big climb, we encountered some brutal washboard. So bad, in fact, that I was seriously considering aborting and taking pavement all the way back to Chile. The vast majority of the Puna route is very two-wheel drive friendly. For the most part, we followed roads put in place by the various mine operations in the area. Based on a sign we saw not far outside of San Antonio, it looks as though there may be efforts made to pave a large section to Salar de Poquitos. One of the first notable landscapes on the Puna is the Desierto del Diablo, a section of the high Puna region that stands in stark contrast to its surroundings. Aside from its hot, unforgiving, and lifeless nature, it's not hard to see how this place got its name. The red clay creates an eerie feeling as you travel through. Even in broad daylight, the landscape is slightly off-putting. It's like nowhere we've ever seen, and despite its Diablo-like presence, was totally a treat to drive through. Not long after leaving the Desierto del Diablo, we arrived here, a place listed on Google Maps simply as Kilometer 7 Pueblo Ferroviario. It's always interesting to me how different experiencing a place in person is than seeing it in photographs or video. I definitely had a different expectation for where this little town would be, and thus nearly blasted right past it had it not been for Meg keeping an eye on the map.
This is pretty cool, hey?
This is my new house.
This is where I live.
This small town likely housed workers associated with Ferrocarril General Belgrano's Ramal C14 railway that connected Argentina to Chile during the mining boom of the mid-20th century. Beyond here, there are likely a collection of similar abandoned towns slowly being reclaimed by the desert since their decline some 40 to 50 years ago.
Is this what like a passenger train car is like?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's like rooms.
Yeah.
I have been in a train like that. Bring our camp stuff in here and have a night in the train.
Yeah, totally. Well, although our friends Matt and Stacy camped in the exact spot that we are parked right now, and we would love to do the same, our schedule for this route is a little bit faster than theirs. We're hoping to finish it in about 4 days, which means we need to put down a few more kilometers. And I think we're going to try to camp at Cono de Arita tonight, which is going to be pretty cool. We're hoping to catch sunset, so we've got to get moving. Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
What lay ahead for us is a magical place, somewhere that will forever be etched into our memories as one of the most unexpected sights within a landscape that we've witnessed. It's bizarre, beautiful, and totally breathtaking.
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome back to the Puna route. We're eating empanadas for breakfast because empanadas are life now.
Yeah.
Delicious. So holy smokes, Cono de Arita in the morning, it's legendary. So cool.
I love it when he says legendary.
Legendary, yeah. I think we're gonna do another like 250k push today. We're gonna get to a spot called Piedra Pomes, which is pretty much exactly 250 kilometers away.
Oh no.
Yeah. As I said before, we're trying to do this route a little bit quicker than most people, just because we want to get to Chile, and
We want to get to Patagonia.
yeah, we want to get
We're
there.
ready.
All right, let's hit it.
From here, we'd leave Cono de Arita behind and continue out past the road used for mine trucks and equipment onto a stretch of the Puna that connects the community of Antofalla and San Antonio. After a slow climb up to nearly 4,300 meters, the road would take a steep and sudden plunge down towards the Salar de Antofalla, a descent of 1,000 meters in only a few kilometers. On the other side of the Salar, a steep and rocky climb of over 1,300 meters to the highest point on the Puna. There was no question at this point that we were accessing some very remote reaches of the Argentinian Altiplano. The land stretched out in all directions with no signs of civilization to be seen. Visual evidence, or perhaps the lack thereof, is one thing, but the feeling a place like this conveys is something altogether different. You can feel it in your body, in your mind. It's as though the pressure of civilization has come off, but in its place, the pressure of being wholly alone settles in your gut. You know at this point that if something goes wrong, it'll be up to you to sort yourself out or extract yourself from whatever situation you might find yourself in. It's a feeling we're both well acquainted with. It's a feeling that by the end of this route, we'll be happy and utterly relieved to be rid of.
We are doing our best to mob.
We're mobbing. 20 kilometers an hour is what we consider mobbing.
Just don't let off the gas until we get to the top. That's our tactic here. Well, we just barely made it up, but we made it up. That's what counts. Hello, friends. Nice to see you again. Hello. Look at all of them. There's so many.
Oh.
Wow. Holy smokes, we've made it to the top. 4,600 meters. Phew. Cool. Yeah, it's a really nice pile of bottles and rocks. see you here. You got a nice place. Very nice place. Yeah. You there, you got a nice place here. Hey, he's jumping. Look at him go. He's really chewing. These guys, they really know how to chew their food, you know? Gas station. Well, we got 20 liters extra gasoline just to be safe, just because we can, but that was expensive gasoline. Megan, how much did it cost?
50 big ones for $50 Canadian for 20 liters.
That's expensive. So it was over $2 a liter.
$2.50.
$2.50 a liter. Yikes!
From Antofagasta de la Sierra, we'd be making our way to Piedra Pómez. This would be the point at which our route truly turned into an off-road route, a section of trail that would be yet another test of our resolve and a test of our van. The next days would contain within them the most stress-inducing moments I've personally had during this entire Pan-American trip.
Looks like we're in trouble. What do you think?
No, we're not in trouble. How long did we have the tires aired up for?
Half an hour?
Worth it.
We're not unaccustomed to ignoring 4x4 only signs. While driving a two-wheel drive van is not necessarily our first choice, we haven't found that it's actually hindered us all that much. In most cases, we've found that cautionary warnings at trailheads and on iOverlander about needing four-wheel drive tend to be exaggerations on the state of disrepair or aggressiveness of off-road terrain. In this case, I think the road ahead is well worth the sign, and I'm still undecided on whether or not I'd have driven the van in had I the opportunity to do it again. At first, it was just the normal washboarded gravel road, but then very quickly turned to deep and soft sand, and this was a well-used road. What is further out is a lot more worrisome.
Well, what a day. We did 240 kilometers in 6 hours and 40 minutes, which I guess
Pretty
is
good compared to the rest of the trip, like the pothole Peru.
yeah, it's pretty good. But we're both exhausted. We're gonna tuck in for the night and see what this place looks like in the morning. Later. Hey, what do you think of this place?
It's amazing.
I think by far this is the craziest and most different landscape we've ever parked up in for a night.
Yeah, we're on another planet. And my hair is caked with dust.
One kind of really crummy thing about this route is the dust. The inside of the van is just like coated at the end of the day, and like our door seals are pretty good, but it's getting in somewhere, and oh my gosh. We went to sleep last night with the subtle smell of dust in our nostrils, which was not.
Every night.
Yeah, okay, every night, yeah.
That's the best part. It's relatively clean.
All right, it's time to turn and burn for us on our second last day on the Puna route. Got kind of a small day today, only 45 kilometers, but there's a crux. About 20k from here, there's a sand dune, which I've seen a number of people with four-wheel drive climb and have trouble with it. Now, the map shows that there is a go-around, but if that go-around doesn't for some reason exist, then we're gonna have to find a different way to get to where we want to go, which is a hot spring. So it's gonna be an interesting day, as always. What do you think?
This all sounds a little bit above my pay grade.
Good thing I don't pay you.
Don't you?
With love. All right, let's motor.
From the safety of the solid pumice stone shelf, we'd venture out onto terrain made up entirely of deep gravel and sand, attempting to make sense of the myriad of tracks going every which way. Momentum would have to be maintained as best as possible for the duration of this crossing, and if we stopped, it would need to be somewhere gravity could get us going again. Stepping off that shelf of rock was a feeling akin to jumping off a boat in the middle of an ocean. Quite suddenly, with solid ground left behind, it felt as though safety was quickly getting further and further away. After 30 minutes of driving across the ocean of sand, we were approaching the spot on this route I had dreaded for nearly 2 years. Somehow, we had missed the chicken track and we'd need to climb the dune that I was really trying hard to avoid.
Right there, that's our crux, it looks like. So we'll see if we can make it up. There doesn't seem to be any other way around.
We'll be approaching 4,200 meters when we reach the peak of this dune, which means power is reduced by nearly 50%. I need to do my best to stay away from the main tracks where the sand has been disturbed and is considerably softer, but this means I'm forced into the hard, windswept ridges that everyone else was trying to avoid. The ultimate goal is to maintain momentum and hope the elevation and soft ground doesn't totally steal away the van's ability to move forward. The transmission is in first gear, I have my foot to the floor, and our little OBD2 computer is showing that 100% of the van's power is being used. The only time I can lift my foot is when we approach these ridges, otherwise we risk catching air as we careen off the abrupt drop. From the drone above, it looks like we're on a Sunday drive, but inside the cab, we're focused and intent, and poor old Betty is fighting for her life. This may look boring to you from where you sit, but for all of us on the ground, it's tense. few short and intense minutes later, it's all over. We've made it to the top.
Well, how was that, hon? That was rough.
So stressful.
Yeah, but we got here.
He makes us do these crazy stressful things, and I don't like it.
I don't like it. Okay, so admittedly, that was quite stressful for me as well, not just Meg. Somehow we found ourselves on the route that I was trying to avoid. And I think it came just from some miscommunication when I was talking with my friend Bernie. He did this route with his partner Coco, and they went south to north. And when we were talking about what to avoid, he said, go to the right. And I think that it was actually a matter of perspective or interpretation or whatever.
Going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and so there's a road right over there that we could have avoided completely. We could have driven that and avoided the whole dune route completely had our perspectives been the same. Anyway, we drove the hard route in the van. Maybe this is the first two-wheel drive vehicle to ever do this route. I don't know. Ooh, a little flag. Okay, let's go chill out in a hot spring now.
When we looked at the elevation map on Gaia, it showed a very obvious descent from this point on. From that, we felt as though we could rest easy knowing that there were no further climbs, nothing else to worry about but the water level in Las Papas Canyon. We descended the other side of the dune, which was much steeper and much softer, but it didn't matter. We were going down, we wouldn't have to come back up. Meg went to work on her laptop and I peered out the windows at the landscape around us while we lazily made our way towards our intended hot spring for the night. We couldn't have seen what was coming. There was next to no indication of the one thing that could stop us and turn us around. How could we have known that we were about to find ourselves potentially trapped in the middle of this remote, barren, and vastly beautiful desert?
Well, unfortunately, we just got to another crux that did not show up and no one told us about. That right there. Oh boy. I don't know if we can climb that. We're at like 3,500 meters right now or something, and that's just beyond our limit of what we can climb. Well, I've just hiked to the top, and the whole way up is all off camber, but that section I just showed is pretty much the steepest section. The problem is we have to descend a really steep section through the little river creek bed there and then up. So we've got a challenging situation here, because I don't know if we can climb our way back out up the backside of the sand dune that we just came over. So might be a repeat of Peru. We might wind up winching our way up this road. Oh boy. It looks so much worse from here. It's like we need a spider car to drive that. Okay, we've been discussing this section of the route for the last half an hour or so. We've decided that we're gonna give it at least one shot to see where we make it to, because the van could easily just power right past that really steep section there and then plod our way up to the top, and then it's literally all downhill from just over where I was earlier. If not, then we're going to turn around. We're going to camp close to this area.
Well, we're going to
tonight.
wait.
We're going to wait and see if there's another four-wheel drive that comes by.
There's tours come through here from the town that we end the route at to see Piedra Pumes. And we saw a tour operator drive past us when we were going over the dune. So my guess is that they're coming back, and it would be a really easy little tiny pull for a 4x4 to get us over the hump there. There's really nothing to winch off of. The ground's really soft and loose around these parts. So
Yeah. Anyway, it's all just part of the adventure.
is it?
Yeah. It's all part of the adventure.
This isn't really what I had imagined for myself.
We're so close. We're like 100 kilometers away from finishing this route.
That's what he says every crazy situation we get ourselves into.
Because it's always the end. It's always the end of it.
Even this little descent, we weren't certain we could climb back up. It's short, but quite steep. Before descending, I had made note of potential winch points to pull us back up, just in case. This is where I let off the brakes, crossed my fingers, and hoped for the best. Nope, the van could not make it. The hard hit at the bottom of the little valley sapped all of my speed. We'd need to do a little bit of trail maintenance before I could drive this section any faster.
Really?
Taking out a big bump that slowed him down. The limitations of this van at elevation are so annoying. This would be no problem at sea level. Like, this is just nothing compared to when we went on the Telqua Pass trail. Meh. Anyone into this sort of thing? Shoveling? Men shoveling?
A number of additional tries were made after making small repairs to the track. With each attempt, the van made it marginally further. After years of off-roading and operating and recovering heavy equipment, I know the situations in which, if you're still moving forward, even if it's just a little, you don't let off. In this case, we were still moving forward, making incremental advances, so we continued to repair the road bit by bit until eventually our work paid off.
Come on. That was so close. Come on, Betty. Do we need to do more maintenance?
I don't know.
I'll keep traveling.
Oh yeah, we go.
Oh my god!
We had done it. By the sweat of our brows and clinging to the faith that our tired old van could push through, we made it. The sense of victory, the relief, the joy in not being stranded there was utterly intoxicating. If only you could have seen the massive grin on my face and tears of joy welling up in my eyes as we approached the top.
We did it! Woo!
Nothing like your own blood, sweat, and tears to get you through an obstacle. Just us and our overweight two-wheel drive van tackling 4x4 only routes. I don't know why this hasn't made us famous on YouTube. Like, come on. Alex met me on the trail in tears because he's so happy.
Oh, I was very, very nervous and stressed out that we wouldn't make it up. But man, am I ever happy we did. Oh,
Can we call it the last hardcore obstacle on the Pan Am?
Yes, I'm done.
The last place we shouldn't be on the Pan Am.
Yeah. We made it. Oh my gosh.
Adventure!
Adventure, that's what we're doing. And look at this.
Wow.
Look at this freaking view. There's our route. Go down there, and then there's a shelf road. We follow down that way.
It's only downhill from here, except to get to the hot springs, but we might have to hike into those.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Let's go.
We found another very, very special thing. Been missing these guys a lot lately.
Hey guys, we missed you. Alright, I'll go like that.
Joining our pals yet again. It's been an emotional couple of minutes, hey darling?
Yeah. We were here
2 years ago.
just under 2 years ago.
Matt and Stacy, wherever you may be, we hope you've got a cold IPA in hand, a crackling fire to warm you, and an epic vista to look at. We miss you and we love you. Now you would think at this point our adventure was over, that we'd be on Easy Street from here. Moments from now, a cold-cracked beer in hand while soaking in a hot spring. Well, that wouldn't be the case for us today. Our successes on trail have relied heavily on learning from our mistakes and carrying knowledge forward. When we approached a rapid and long descent towards our intended camp spot, better judgment took over and I stopped to scout out ahead with the drone. After a closer look at the climb we'd have on our way out, I found myself backing up the van on a narrow shelf road towards a turnaround point further back. Welcome to another sticky situation. Obviously, you saw me fly the drone way out that way, and we realized when we got to a certain point that it went down really steep, and there's no way we were gonna get back up that. Too long, too steep, and after what we just did, there's no way that we want to try and, make it there. So I decided to back up. We got to this turnaround point. Real nice. It would be real nice if we could turn around in it, but unfortunately, we're just like out of power. I can't seem to back up anymore. Anyway, I gotta back up the whole way, and that right there is not wide. All right, so we just got past this really narrow section here. We've got a hill coming up. And I'm just trying to stay as close to my side as possible. We'll see if the van has enough power to reverse up these hills.
This day is just a little bit too adventurous at this point, I think.
We only have 45 kilometers tomorrow, he says.
At this point, we couldn't fathom having to deal with any other unforeseen adventures, so we decided to continue all the way down to Las Papas and into the river canyon. We'd seen enough 4x4 traffic that we knew the route was well traveled, and if the water level at the bottom was in fact a problem, there would likely eventually be someone to help us out. Our descent from here was a one-way ticket. There was no way we'd be going back up this steep, narrow, and rutted shelf road, so our hopes were high. Maybe a little bit desperate that the water level was low. Either way, we were going down and we just need to deal with whatever came. At the very least, we knew of the potential challenges at the bottom. As a friend once said, the demon you know is better than the demon you don't.
Road has really not calmed down at all. We're been on a side hill off camber pretty much the whole way down.
As it turns out, there was literally nothing to worry about in regards to water level. Apparently, although we were mid-rainy season in Argentina, it takes a while for enough rain to trickle into these mountain canyons to make the river impassable. With a relatively clear path ahead of us, the stress fell from our shoulders, the sense of relief palpable, the feeling of accomplishment almost overwhelming. We've conquered some tough routes together before, but this one was a unique challenge and one we're happy that is now behind us in our memories. Yet again, we worked together to tackle an obstacle. We broadened our limitations and left more prepared for whatever lies ahead.
Well, is this the spot?
Yeah.
Look at
We're
this.
too tired to drive out. There's no rain on the forecast. It's fine.
So tonight Meg has cooked up some Argentinian steaks with veggies. And I'm drinking a hazy APA because we're low enough down that it's not going to be super bubbly.
Yeah.
Just
This
like
is my
anything.
first steak I've ever cooked.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Nope.
It looks maybe a little overcooked, but it feels really tender.
Okay, I'm just going to start with a palate cleanser here. Delicious. Okay. Oh. This may be your first steak, but that is good.
Tender?
Yeah, it's actually really, really good. Like, really nicely done. So, excellent.
I think anything basted in butter and garlic is going to be amazing.
Yeah, probably. Steak. Steak night.
Well, hello and good day, folks. It's our last day on the Puna route. We've got about 18 kilometers of river canyon to get to Fiambala, and then we're going to just cruise on out to the Chilean border, which is 8 hours away. We won't reach it today, but we're
going to do our darndest.
yeah, we're on our way to Chile. We're on our way to Patagonia. We are so excited for this change of pace. This is something we've been waiting for a very long time. These off-road routes that we have been doing, they are like kind of bucket list items for me personally, because I really wanted to like do them while we were here.
But unfortunately, they're not bucket list items for Betty.
No, she's not loving that. Yeah, so anyway, let's get on with this, finish out this route, get out to Chile.
It's hard to accurately describe the sense of relief that came with completing this track. After nearly 2 years of mentally preparing to drive the Puna route, the completion of it marks a transition into a period of lasts for us. This is our last major off-road route. Argentina is the last country we'll visit. Ahead of us lies the last leg of our journey, Santiago to Ushuaia. In a few days from now, we'll complete the third last border crossing on this trip. We are in the last few months before returning home. Of course, there is still so much ahead of us. 4 months holds a lot of adventure and a lot of new experiences and views. But we can feel it. The Puna was a big part of the climax in this story, and soon this chapter of our lives is coming to a close. We have just a few more pages to turn. Thank you for being here along with us on this journey. We hope in some way we sparked your curiosity. Maybe you even learned something. At the very least, we hope we showed you a world worth exploring, worth protecting and valuing. Now, get out and go on that next big adventure. Make the memories that stick with you, shape you, and change you. Until the next one, keep on roaming. If you would like to see behind the scenes content, get route and camp spot information, or if you'd just like to help support us by putting some gas in our tank each month, you can contribute on Patreon or through memberships on our YouTube channel. And oh hey there, bud, before you go, don't forget to go on over to slowroamers.com to get yourself some rad Slow Roamers merch. We've even got some new stickers and stuff in there for you. For additional photos and commentary on our journey, you can follow along on Facebook and Instagram. Well, Puna Route, my goodness, you're stressful, you're beautiful, you're long, curvy, and dangerous. We love you. Okay, bye.
We made it.
Well, if we take cash or car.
Well, 653 kilometers later, we are finished the Puna route. And I can't express to you
How relieved you are?
the relief that I feel right now. It's big. I'm really happy to be done this.
We had no business on the Puna.
Some of the Puna anyway.
We got empanadas, we got gas, and we're headed to the border of Chile.
Yep. So see you guys again in Chile. Later.